Okay, so thank you so much for having me here. I'm really honored to be here to share my story to inspire other people to also keep pushing and keep heading towards their dreams. So, growing up, I had always wanted to become someone who would be very great and inspire people, not with any particular skill or with any particular job. I just wanted to grow up and inspire people. I remember back in primary five, we were asked what we wanted to become when we grow up. People were mentioning doctors, lawyers. I looked at myself, I was like, I'm brilliant, but I still don't really know what I want to achieve in future. But I just want to grow and inspire people. So the
That was
goal,
class 5. Well, you
yes,
couldn't put a
please,
finger on it, but you knew you wanted to grow up and inspire
and
people.
inspire people, not with
Great.
any particular job.
Okay.
So the dream was to complete school. That was JHS. Go to my dream uni, which my dream SHH, which is Achimota School. Just
Okay.
because I'd heard that Nkrumah went to Nkrumah went to
Interesting one.
Achimota School, and
Okay.
then continue to university at either Harvard or University of Ghana. I've also heard
Okay.
that those were the two best schools in Ghana and worldwide as well.
Mhm.
So I kept on going, and then it got to time to first cross my first dream, which was to go into Achimota School. I went online, checked my results. It was good. I checked my school, and I did not get Achimota School, but I had Wesley Grammar. I was sad.
So
No,
that
yeah.
was entering
Senior high school.
Okay.
Yes, I had university. I had Wesley Grammar online, but I still did not agree because my dream was to go to Achimota School. So I kept praying, etc. And on the day when I was going to print out my results slips, my school slips, etc., just to submit to Wesley Grammar, I checked, and the school had changed to Achimota School.
How did that feel?
I was so happy. I remember I
Wow.
was sleeping on the floor with my mom.
With your
Happy,
mom?
yes, we were so happy because
Oh,
I told my mom that I would go to Achimota School. I don't know how, and I did
Even
not even
after
know
seeing that it was Wesley Grammar.
it was Wesley Grammar. I remember
Where
my
do you get
friend.
that kind of faith from? I mean, where do you get that kind of faith
I just believe that God would help me achieve anything I set my mind to. So it has changed. I went to Achimota School. Everything was going on smoothly. I started taking on leadership roles. I was excelling, but then maths was a problem. And at a point, I told myself that it would be very difficult to pass math. That's what I told myself. But then I was studying and putting all my energy in the other courses. So first of all, I tried WASI the first time with my seniors. I tried and I excelled in the other courses, but for math I had an E. And I was sad, but then I knew that I had another chance since that was a WASI before my main WASI. So I was preparing. I was a house prefect too, so I had to juggle between roles and then studies. So I went to write the main WASI, so excited to go to uni. I remember,
So I think if I remember, that was what we'd call the NOVDEC, eh?
Yes.
So you tried the NOVDEC
First,
before
the main WASI.
Okay.
So I went to write the main WASI, excited that I was going to University of Ghana. I excelled very well in the other courses, straight A's, but in maths I had an F.
Oh,
This
wow.
time, yeah, this time it wasn't even an E like the NOVDEC one, but this one it was a total F. I was so sad. And I was also a house prefect who was very strict, so I began to think of how my juniors were going to laugh at me to have failed, etc. My friends, everyone, and then people within my area were asking me questions. Maybe won't you go to school? Those things. So I stayed at home and I started learning a little bit about IT. So I enrolled on a IT course, and then
I find something interesting about you. I mean, you're talking about how people in your neighborhood were asking you, won't you go to school? I think there are two ways you could have reacted. I mean, there's a number of ways you could have reacted to this. I mean, someone would probably get depressed and say, I'm not in school. People are asking me why I'm not in school, and just remain depressed that they're not in school. But that you decided to find something to do while you weren't doing much and were at home. I find that very admirable.
Thank you. Okay, so then I took on an IT course to learn how to use computers, basic IT, because I had been told that in uni we use laptops, etc. for assignments. So I was like, okay, then why not prepare so that when I go, it will be very easy for me to use a laptop. So I got my father's laptop. I started learning. I went on for an IT course, learned the basic MS Word stuff, and then after that, I still had about 2 months again to stay at home. I still did not want to stay at home. So in a conversation with my church graphic designer, I asked if I could come to him so he teaches me graphic design. And even with that, it wasn't to learn graphic design, but it was to while away time and to have something to tell people when I'm asked. So I went, and then he helped me with graphic design, and then I continued with YouTube. Fast forward, by God's grace, my dream came to pass.
Tell us
gained.
what that dream. Yes, you knew you had a dream.
Yes.
And that dream came to pass. What's that
Okay,
dream?
so the third dream was to gain admission into either University of Ghana or Harvard.
Okay.
So I got University of Ghana into my first choice course, which was Public Administration and Information Studies. So I went to school. I was so happy, excited, doing everything. After a few months, COVID happened, and then we had to come home again. So we had some time to spend at home. And during that time too, I did not really want to stay at home not doing anything. So I revisited the design that I had started learning before going to school. So at that point, I also joined social media again because I had to.
Confidence was back.
Yes, because I had to joining clubs. Yes,
in school.
Yes, please.
You started working a long time ago.
So I started designing for them, designing for clubs, joining clubs and societies. And then whilst I was designing for PR, I realized that people began to reach out to me and ask whether I could print. So if I design maybe a t-shirt for you, ask me whether I can print. So then I started printing as well. When I design citations for people, they'll begin to ask, do I frame? So I decided to add framing to it. And then I kept on expanding. So people advised me to get a brand for it. So then I quickly came up with Mabel concept with the help of my brother. So Mabel and then Darko. Mabel and Darko, so Mabel, and then concept, because I knew that I would expand and not just focus on design. So then I picked up the Mabel concept, and then we started going. So
I don't know if you are realizing something about this woman. It's like she has one thing. Somebody says, do you do this? And the answer can just be, no, I don't do this, and move on with her life. But immediately she picks up an opportunity to be more.
And that's what I'm picking in this conversation. Looks like every hole she clocks it, and it's another, business opportunity. That's fantastic,
And we'll get to the part of you getting your first class while doing all these businesses for people. But I see that through your story, you seem to have had a strong support network from your parents. They probably are your biggest cheerleaders.
Yes.
And for any parent listening in today, why would you say it's so important that they become their child's biggest cheerleaders in life?
Okay, I would say that they should always support their children regardless of what they are going through. They shouldn't see their children as failures, because we look up to them, and anything they say to us really affects us. So if they being our foundation, if they are not being of support to us, it's very difficult for us to progress in life. So they should be our cheerleaders, and then we would also see them as people who can help us, so we can also become people that we wish to be in future.
Your dial is on Sunny 88.7 FM. We're with Mabel Darko. She's founder of Made Concepts. So that's what does Made Concepts do?
Okay,
is it all the printing and all the design, everything put together?
Yes, please.
Okay, and also a brand identity designer, personal development advocate, and LinkedIn coach. She's our guest on Flourish today. And your first class honors, how did that feel?
I was very excited, because that was even what people were telling me I couldn't achieve it, because I was, So when I started business, I was very focused on the business. And then I was
is your dad an entrepreneur?
No, he's a military.
He's in the military.
Yes.
Okay.
So when I started business, people were telling me I should stop and focus on school, especially those who knew that I had failed. So they were saying I may fail again if I don't stop business. So I kept on. I didn't want to listen to them. I kept on doing business, joining extracurricular activities, taking on leadership roles, etc., to build my network, because I knew that your network is your network, and I needed to know people as well after school so that they could help me. So I kept on building my network, joining leadership organizations, etc., like ISEC and Legon. So I kept on doing all these and helping people. At a point, I was providing services to companies like UN, other big firms. So there were times where I wasn't even on campus. I would go for conferences or be in business meetings with other organizations while my mates are in class. But then I'll still make sure I make it to class, but I'll be late. So I go to class late, and my mates who know I'm in business will just look at me and start laughing. Award usually politically predetermined. If you don't really have a political background, you can't win the award. I told them, okay, I'll still post it for people to vote. If I don't win, that's more like a publicity for my business. I'll still be known, and then my business will be known.
You are just so positive. It's like nothing, no matter what anybody says, you find
now, Jenny, now I'm understanding the resilience part of everything that was shared about her. I mean, nothing stops you.
It's nothing anybody says. And it's how she's able to, because through her conversation, I mean, she's talking about people. Clearly, lots of people have spoken into your life, but you've been able to clearly know which ones to listen to and which one to not listen to. And for anybody listening to us today who's hearing so many voices speaking into their lives, have you been able to determine this one out, this one I'm going to dwell, this one? How do you do it?
Okay, I think it all depends on your mindset, because I've always believed that we have the power to achieve anything we set our mind to do. You may not get it on the first try, give it a try again, and regardless of what people would say, you know that there are two sides, either the negative side or the positive side. So yours is to listen and then filter to pick out the best from it. Yes.
Somebody was telling me that when you get in touch with Mabel, it's like you getting a job. And I'm like, okay. What do you have to say about this that I heard? Because apparently you're doing magic for people on LinkedIn. Can we talk about that?
Yes, we can.
Okay. You know, Mabel, you might have to take your time with LinkedIn, because I know several of us, we know that, we can do stuff with LinkedIn, but the thing is, if you've not started, recently I reached out to a friend. I'm like, can you help me to, be visible here? Maybe God has brought somebody to answer that, to answer that, So get back to it. LinkedIn. How did you work it on LinkedIn?
Okay, so with LinkedIn, I joined LinkedIn in 2021. I joined because my roommate asked me to join, not because I had any reason to join. Then by then I was I think in level 200 or so. So she asked me to join so that I can meet more professors and more teachers, more students to network with. But I joined. I think the first thing I saw was MTN adverts and a whole lot of people posting that I'm happy to be promoted and a lot.
Yeah, some positions. I'm now CDP.
Exactly.
LinkedIn.
So then I just left the platform. Then fast forward to 2022, when I was in level 300, I saw a LinkedIn program being organized by Parkwesi Folsom, and I wanted to really meet him too. So I was like, how can I meet this guy? And then I realized that he was the one organizing that program. So I decided to just enroll on that so that I get to know him personally. So then I got to learn LinkedIn from him, but I wasn't really implementing it because my main goal was to meet him and get to know him. So after that, I just paused. Then fast forward to level 400, I realized that my brand was doing well in terms of meta concepts, getting to build that influence and helping people. So I decided to just share my story on LinkedIn, not for anything at all, just share and have something on my LinkedIn. So I kept on posting on LinkedIn, etc. And I realized that people began to connect with my story more, and then I began to build that influence and brand. So I started with LinkedIn, sharing my story, and then at a point I had people reaching out to me to help them with LinkedIn. So I decided to also help them with the knowledge that I had for free. Then I had a lot of people reaching out to me, so I just decided to monetize it because I realized that people who pay attention. There were people I was helping.
Yes,
so I started helping them. So with LinkedIn, LinkedIn is just a platform that would help you build your brand. You can find job opportunities, and then you can also build your influence there as well. You can also find a supportive network.
Have you been able to support via LinkedIn? With your LinkedIn knowledge?
Okay. So currently, I've helped over 800 people.
800.
Yes, build their brands.
How? how? Like maybe in a period of a month, how many people are you helping? Like how?
Okay, within a period of I think 7 months. Yes. I think-
800 people?
Yes.
Like you're doing this virtually or?
Yes, I do it virtually through master classes and then one-on-one sessions.
Ooh.
So even today, I'm celebrating my 80,000 followers on LinkedIn. Just this morning, I made a post
You
about
have
it.
80,000 followers on
Yes.
LinkedIn. Wow.
Can you take a how does one-on-one sessions happen? Do we
talk about it?
no, I want you to talk about it because
Yeah.
I'm not the only one asking.
No,
Some
no,
people
no,
are asking here.
Yes, definitely, definitely.
How does it happen? Or maybe
For anybody, one thing. This one we're not paying. So just that one, the others will pay for it.
what would it be?
One little thing we could do.
Okay, so with LinkedIn, first of all, if you want to build a brand on LinkedIn and achieve your goal, your professional goals with LinkedIn, first of all, you need to optimize your mind. Even before you optimize your
Optimize your
profile,
mind.
your mind. That LinkedIn is not difficult. So for me, when I joined, I realized it was difficult. I thought it was
You thought.
difficult, so I just left the platform. So I made up my mind that I want to really learn and implement. I did not really do anything about it. So after you optimize your mind, optimize your profile, just fill your profile, make your profile a representation of the CVs that we have. So just see your LinkedIn journey as a job search journey. When you're applying for a job, you'd apply with a CV. So on LinkedIn, you optimize your profile.
Okay.
Then first of all, when you're also applying, you're looking to get into a job, you want to engage with people and then network with them and also build your knowledge as well. So the third part of LinkedIn is to engage, get to know the people you are following, etc. Then thirdly, you need to attend events. There are LinkedIn audio events and others, and even physical events that are organized. So then you'd attend them as well. Then finally, you need to share your story. What do you want to be known for? When we mention your name, when we mention Mabel, what comes in mind? Yes. So then you share your story consistently. And when you keep sharing your story based on your values, your principles, and then what exactly you want us to know, that your unique story, people would begin to reach out to you and give you the opportunity that you need.
Wow.
I asked her for a little and she's given us a lot. And just as we wrap up, I want you to share with us one of your major success stories of people you've helped or you've directed or you've supported with their
Okay.
LinkedIn pages. Your most
Okay.
successful story.
Okay, my most successful one would be Nanama. She's a career coach.
Okay.
So she started with LinkedIn, I think in 2017. She was there, not really active. And then she saw my course and then she registered. She started with, I started helping her in November last year. And she had about 500 following. And currently she's almost at 10K following. And then she has also helped over 20 people with career services. She has helped some get job opportunities, and she's also helping people find their path in career.
Ajimai, at this point, there's only one question to ask.
No, Jenny, I don't want to ask a question. I'm just saying I'm going to pay for this. I'm going to pay for this one-on-one session.
Well, I think you're something else.
Yeah.
I wish you would capture